Hello, I'm Kelly and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Animal Instinct. I'm back for another cross-stitching update today and it is the 30th of January 2022. Got quite a bit to share today, but before I get into the stitching, I'd just like to mention the comments on my last few videos. I got behind in responding to comments back in when I went on holidays last year, and it's been quite overwhelming to try and get caught back up. So I think what I'm going to do, because it's causing me a bit of stress, I know it doesn't need to, but I just wanted to mention that I really appreciate people taking the time to comment. So what I'm going to do my best to keep up to date with comments that come in for this video, and then I will work my way back through the other ones that are outstanding. But please do know I do really appreciate them. It's always nice to get feedback on your videos, so thank you. Let's start with, I've had a finish. So, the last installment of the Witchy Stitcher Cryptid Stitch Along came out Sunday morning here. It came out Friday night, very late, basically early Saturday morning, and I got the last one finished. I'm not sure the best way to show it. Oh, okay, there we go. So this is the Cryptid Stitch Along by the Witchy Stitcher. It's on 32 count duck egg linen. It's actually a little bit darker than what it's showing. Just loved it. Lots of fun. The last one was, I chose Bigfoot. You could choose, get my bearings. You could choose a few different, there were 3 options. I didn't know the other 2, so I just went with Bigfoot. And it was mainly North American cryptids. Must be a North American thing. But I did appreciate the little international touch with a few of them. So yeah, I got behind on my comments. I also got behind on my stitch along when I went on holidays. So I fought really hard to get back up to date. I think in January, I started on the jackalope and I still had these guys to do, and then I got up to date when the kraken came out, and then I've kept up to date. I like the deathworm. It looks like a canine, or at least the mouthpiece looks like a canine tapeworm under electron microscope. It's very cool. If you don't know, I am a vet, so I do have a reason to know what they look like under electron microscope. Okay, so that's my finish. I've also had a new start, and I would have mentioned this in my last update, I think. Yeah, I did. It's the Paine Free Crafts Mystery Stitch Along for 2022. It's artwork by Chris Dunn, and it's a Wind in the Willows theme. I'm stitching it on 32 count Stormy Sky by zweigart, and it's the fabric that's printed and it's plain on the back. This is large. That is my start. So the first installment is like the frame and the border, and it's about 12,500 stitches. So I knew that I wouldn't be getting that done this month. But they kindly alluded to the fact that the next one coming out will be down in this this area here. So I've got a little bit more, I want to get a bit more done today on this one, just to do a little bit more of that border. So I'm ready for the next installment, which should be in the next few days, I guess, early Feb. So it's stitched 2 over 2 on the 32 count evenweave. Okay, next up is this old chestnut Firefly. Oh, look there, I need to do something about this. If you've seen my videos before, you know this one. It's artwork by Jenny Parks. It's a Gecko Rouge kit. And I've been working on sort of a combination of both the background, the outer space, and the next cat. And this is where I'm up to. Oops, I've got it in like a smaller Q-snap. I'm just sort of doing an experiment to see if I can handle it. It's just a lot of fabric. So yeah, so you can see the next cat's coming in. Yes, he's actually a black and white cat, so the ears sort of meld into the background, but he'll show up soon enough. All of this background is done 2/1/10 stitch. And then the cat I'm doing just 1/1 full crosses. Of course. What else to say? You can see I haven't filled in the little stars yet. I still have to do that. So there are stars scattered all through the background. I've put in about 3,500 stitches this month, I think. And yeah, really enjoying it. So I'll just keep this one out and try and work on it regularly. Okay, and then the next, or the rest of my whips really, I pulled out, when I did my whip parade, I just pulled out ones that I thought really I wanted to focus on this year. Ended up with 17, which I know is a lot for some people. And then I have no real plans of how I'm going to work through them at all. But I've kind of got into the swing, at the moment anyway, definitely subject to change, and I think I will change it up. But I've worked on, I'm on to my 8th one. And I've just been putting about 1,000 stitches into it, and then moving on to the next one. So I find that gives me a good amount of progress, and then yeah, and then I get to sort of change it up a bit. But I might increase that if I keep doing this, which I may not. I might go up to say 1,250 or 1,500 stitches per piece. I'm not sure. The first one though is. So it's by BROOKE'S, and it's her Wonderland series and Mad Hatter. And I actually finished him, so I was just about finished towards the very end of last year, and I've gone ahead and completed him. He looks great. And he's standing next to Alice. And then the plan was to have 3 characters per row and 4 rows, so 12 characters in total. However, I think I possibly miscalculated. So this is how much space is above them. I need to be very careful about the height of the characters in the top row. They're actually different heights. Like you can see Alice is quite a bit shorter than the Mad Hatter. I think I'm going to need to make sure all the top ones are short if I can. So I really need to think about that because I don't want to run out of room. Anyway, because I finished him, I'm going to put this one away for a bit. But I would like to do, I think I was going to do the White Rabbit next to Alice, but now I need to rethink everything. So it's on 28 count Silver Springs Lugana by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and it's opalescent. I can't really tell if you can see, it's shiny, sparkly. But yeah, that's a fun one to work on. The next one I got out was Tradewinds by Teresa Wentzler. I found this pattern on like a stash unload a few years ago now. It's being stitched on 32 count antique white linen. Just using the called for threads. There are a lot of blends, being a Teresa Wentzler. Hopefully I've got photos of where they were. But I have done 1,000 stitches on this one. This is where it's at the moment, from afar. So what I worked on was I completed this bit, And then I started working my way around because I think I'd like to actually finish the kind of external border all the way around just to make sure we are like all on track, no mistakes. Oh gosh. It's flimsy and floppy. Okay, so that's the part that I finished. And yeah, so I've made it to the top corner. And then next time I pick it up, I'll go down. This is like a chart on some cardstock, a little brochure thingy. I actually took photographs of it and put it into Pattern Keeper with mixed success, let's just say, but I am now able to count the stitches at least that I do complete. So that helps because I don't actually enjoy counting stitches if it's not in Pattern Keeper. Next is MERMAID'S Folly. I love this pattern, and for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't actually work on it at all last year. This was the first one, so before I started working on it this time, it's a paper pattern. I took photographs of the chart and tried to put it into Pattern Keeper, and somehow like it's perfect, it's working really, really well. Some of the other ones I've kind of been experimenting, not so well, but this one, I'm not sure if it's because it's monochromatic, it's like simple looking pattern. I don't know, but I've got it in there and it's great. So, because I like the idea of counting, but manually writing it down, you always miss some, you add some extra, it's never quite that accurate. Anyway, so this is being done on 40 count linen in Murky by Picture This Plus. I managed to score a really large piece from 123 Stitch a couple of years ago before supplies got difficult to find. And this is where we are now. So I'm stitching it using DMC 3371. And the part that I have worked on this time around is yeah, I've worked up. I think I've come up here and then come down here. So what I'd like to do is finish the hair on this side, because I work down to here, and then I'd like to work up. I think the top of the piece is about maybe like roughly no, it's not even as high as the top of the fabric there. So I'm nearly to the top. And then I'll probably work my way back to the top left corner, I think. I just started in the middle because I was nervous about counting and making a mistake. So that was fun. My next whip is the Hygge Stories by New Leaf Craft. You can find the patterns on Etsy. So there's 4 files, one by season, so 3 months in each file, I think that's right, yeah. The files are named by the month, but the names of the months aren't in the patterns, which is good for Australians or anyone in the Southern Hemisphere, because the summer months don't line up with the names. I am stitching the summer months, the summer here, but like they're called, the one I've done was called July. And I started it and finished it. So it's just a small one. Come on. It's got, I hope you can see it all right, it's got so much detail in such a small piece. It's achieved through cross stitch with, I think all the crosses were all the crosses were 2 strands of DMC. And then there was half stitches with either 1, 2 or 4 strands. Plus there's some French knots. And the coolest bit is this fishing net that is like jagged on this post that the seagull's standing on. And there's beautiful instructions in there how to hand weave your own fishing net and then secure it onto the fabric. So very cool. And it wasn't until I took a photograph of it I really realised that this is a message, like a scroll of paper in a glass bottle. But that only took a couple of days. my goal was to just get 1 month done this year, but I think I'll definitely work on it again when it comes up because I finished it so quickly. And just as a reminder, this is the first one that I did, June. So the balcony scene. I actually put them a little bit, probably a little bit close together because I'm going to finish them separately, I think, but oh well. It'll be fine. And so just one last look. If we'll focus, there we go. That was fun. I really enjoyed that one. And August is like the equivalent of February for us. And I think it's definitely got watermelon in it, I know that. So the next one I pulled out was Indian Model by Lanarte. This one. I started this on my 40th birthday last year. It was my first birthday start. And I'd put in like 30 stitches or something really measly because I had a busy day. But now I've put in 1,000. This is where it's at. So getting her headwear, the detail in her headwear done. I'm stitching this on, so I swapped out the kit fabric. I think I was expecting an even weave, but it came with an Aether. Anyway, that's all right. So this is a Jay's X stitch even weave. It was a retreat special, but it's slightly purplish, so it looks a little bit like, I think it's is it mulberries in cream or something like that? Anyway, it's really nice. Okay, and there's still a few more. Firstly, this one's just deciding to bite everything. Off you go. Next one is The Witcher by Needleminder Lair. Put another 1,000 into this one. Actually, I might have done more. It doesn't matter. I think this is the one I was working on when I decided to start my sort of 1,000 stitches per piece. So that's coming along well. It's on 25 count cream lugana 1/1 full cross after a couple of false starts on different fabric. Right. Okay, there's 2 left. Then I pulled out Bushland Quaker by Mojo Stitches. This one is being stitched on 40 count linen by Jay's X Stitch. It's week T, I'm pretty sure. Stitched 1/2 using I got the thread pack from Mojo on Etsy. Is that just going to show the see-through? Oh no, that's pretty good. So 1,000 stitches was, I'd done the green on this one, so I completed this. I did all of this one, and then all of the like outside of the central motif. So that's as wide as it will get, and it's down to about halfway. I really like this one. It's very pretty, and I love that it's Australian themed. My friend Anne was trying to talk me into just completing this one, so just sticking with it until it was finished. And I did think about it, but sorry, Anne. I'm going to keep working my way through, but possibly when I come back to this one, I might do that because it's stitched up really quickly and it's fun, and yeah, I just really want to see this one finished. Okay, and then the last one that I've been working on is, I haven't got 1,000 stitches into it, but I have put some in. Tempest by LEILANI Joy. It's a Gecko Rouge piece. And it's on 25 count lugana 1/1 full crosses. And this is where I'm up to. So I've just started filling in, like the blue is the background, the aqua. I've just started filling in the eyelashes. So still a way to go to get my 1,000 on that piece. However, it's Sunday today and this afternoon I don't have any commitments, so I'm actually going to pull out my chatelaine, which I haven't worked on for a long time either. But I figure if I've got an afternoon and it's nice lighting, I may as well pull that out because that is on 32 count linen in black. So it's a bit harder to work on. So that's all. I think there's, including the chatelaine, I think I still have 7 to touch, and then I'll sort of see what how I progress from there. I need to do a little bit more on the Paine Free Crafts frame, so I'll keep that one out. And what else? I might have a new start next time we meet. We'll see. I think that's everything. Hope I didn't forget anything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon, I hope. See ya.